Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For our radio audience joining us from coast to coast, we welcome you, as well as those tuning in through iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, as you guys can probably tell if you've been stepping outside, summer temperatures are quickly heating up, and that means that our outdoor activities, backyard barbecues, family trips, and water activities are probably already in the works or being planned. It also means, unfortunately, especially for our audience here in the South, that keeping track of the weather to make sure that our plans aren't ruined because of it or that our family's not at risk is something we also have to pay attention to. So how can you stay ready when it comes to making your plans? We have a very special guest joining us for this next segment. Jonathan Porter is a chief meteorologist at AccuWeather. He's going to share with you guys some great tips, as well as let you guys know about a new special report from AccuWeather. Jonathan, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Oh, sorry. It's good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Glad to do it. So as I mentioned, Jonathan, we have audiences joining us from coast to coast. What does the extreme weather outlook look like as you're kind of looking at the map, and what are some things that we can do maybe to plan ahead?
Well, there's a couple of different things that we're going to be monitoring this summer. Obviously, as you mentioned, the heat and humidity, always a factor. That's one of the key reasons that AccuWeather provides the AccuWeather Real Feel temperature. That's how it really feels outside, and we break that down for what's happening in the sun, directly in the sunshine, and then also in the shade right in our mobile app, so it's easy for you to decide when you need to take breaks from outdoor activities, all those great summertime outdoor activities, and when you might have rain, that's a factor. So our tools are very important from that planning perspective. But as you mentioned, from a severe weather perspective, we're looking at two things, the hurricane season and the wildfire season here as we make our way through the next couple of months. And after, especially for your listeners in the South, from the perspective of the hurricane season, we had a major impact last year with over 30 named storms. That was an all-time record. Cyrus, we ran out of names on the usual listing of names and had to go to the Greek alphabet. There were 12 direct U.S. impacts, many people negatively impacted last year. Now, we don't think it's going to be as active as last year, but we're still anticipating above normal in terms of hurricane activity, 16 to 20 named storms, 7 to 10 of which can become hurricanes, and perhaps 3 to 5 direct U.S. impacts. So the atmosphere and ocean parameters and all of our expertise here at AccuWeather, when we look at this months out in advance, the signs are there for yet again another very active hurricane season. So we want people to be prepared everywhere along the coast and inland where there is a hurricane threat. When those hurricanes move inland, they bring heavy rainfall and still sometimes damaging winds. So it's very important to be prepared in the path areas that can be affected by hurricanes.
Jonathan, that's a really good point. So our audience can make our plans, but also be mindful of the weather, and that's why it's great that AccuWeather has those great tools there. We definitely want to let our audience know to take advantage of those. You mentioned, of course, the hurricane season, and that's one of the things that you guys have done. You put out a special report for Hurricane 2021. Talk to us about some of the things that you've noticed there as well, Jonathan, as you kind of mentioned about this weather that we could be experiencing, maybe not as bad as last year. What are some of the things that stood out to you?
Well, that's right. We are very pleased to be once again featuring our hurricane special. That's going to be on the AccuWeather Television Network. That's on June 1st at 8 p.m. Please check your local listings for the AccuWeather Television Network. And what's going to be exciting about that, Cyrus, is we're going to be talking with our experts here at AccuWeather who are monitoring for hurricanes 24/7, also the Ken Graham, the director of the National Hurricane Center, and also some community leaders and people who have been impacted by hurricanes in the last couple of years. So we're going to talk about the seasonal outlook, the factors that make us think it's going to be another active year, and very importantly, the kinds of things you can do to protect yourself and your family this upcoming hurricane season, because you want to have a plan to understand what are you going to do if you need to evacuate your community along the coast or you need to prepare for a hurricane impact. You don't want to be coming up with the plan when there's a day or two before a hurricane affects your area. So we're going to talk about all that with our hurricane special on the AccuWeather Television Network June 1st. And we're really excited about being able to help people prepare for this upcoming season with, again, our expectation that it is going to be an active year. And the Gulf Coast, again, once again possibly at risk, Florida up to the Carolinas, and even into the northeastern part of the United States, perhaps at times this year as well. So no matter where you're at along the coast or inland, please be prepared.
So make sure our audience is going to get AccuWeather.tv so you guys can check your local listings for the special the AccuWeather Network will be having there on June 1st, as well as, of course, make sure you guys are taking advantage of these tools that are available through the AccuWeather app as well. Again, Jonathan Porter has been our guest, the Chief Meteorologist at AccuWeather. Jonathan, I appreciate you helping us to see how we can not only have some fun, but also stay safe this year, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
I'd love that. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
You as well, Jonathan. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.